binary stars! The binary stars! Lift off and the clock has started. The binary stars! The binary stars!
Nice to be in orbit.
Welcome back, friends, to Binary Star Wrestling. This is the weekly wrap, and I am Chris Adams, the Super Suplexer.
And I am Henry Liverman, the Suplex Scholar.
As the Suplex Scholar, you should know, as well as our other fans, plus you're one of the Binary Stars, that we are the best wrestling channel in the known and unknown universe. Am I wrong or right?
You are right. That is correct.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too.
Although,
and yes,
the screen,
if you are looking for quality wrestling content, you have come to the right place.
Dude, quality. We're quality over quantity, but dude, we give them quantity.
That's right. You get quality and quantity in one relatively compact package.
Yeah, relatively compact. I love listening to the podcast where they're like, we're going for an hour today, and they go for 3 hours, or like the YouTube shows, like, we're going to be with you for a full 4 hours and 31 minutes, you know. No, we're snappy, but we've got substance, and here we are. Another week.
That's right. We're here with the commentary and the flavor.
Dude, there's some shenanigans this week that we need to talk about. We'll get into, but I want to jump right into something that I was surprised by all get out to be fancied by this week.
All right, hit me with it.
The Brawling Birds. Because here's why. I have not revealed to you that I have not been high up on the Brawling Birds.
Interesting.
Now, I haven't been down on them, but
right.
you've been
just
so
sort of
excited
middling
for them that I didn't want to yuck you.
I do really like them.
I was like,
I do really, really like
I
them.
ain't trying to cool my binary star. But there was something about this week and their performance that like really, I was like, wait a second. I see what's so cool about them and I see what you love. So like, I don't know. I thought I would just tell you that I see your light. Yeah.
and I will tell you, that was my favorite match of the week.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the Birds versus the Sisters of Sin.
Just the whole favorite match of the week. All right. It was good. It wasn't my top, but it was the one that woke me up. So it was up there.
I will say as a caveat, like, my favorite match of the week does not necessarily correlate one-to-one with the match that I think was the best of the week.
That's right.
I had some opinions on matches this week, but the one that I had almost the most fun watching was, I think, the Birds versus the Sisters of Sin.
I really like that distinction. The idea of recognizing that your favorite is not the best. I do that with movies a lot. Like,
I was thinking that too.
My favorite of the original Star Wars trilogy is Return of the Jedi. It's not the best, you know, but it is my favorite.
And I feel like that's an important distinction to make, just like in life in general, kind of, where it's like, my opinions don't necessarily correlate to objective quality.
Yeah.
And I think about that with movies a lot too, where it's like, look, I really enjoyed the first Transformers movie, but it's trying to be what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not trying to be the Godfather, right? It's not the Shawshank Redemption.
Right.
Like, it's a hokey, kitschy, like, weird CGI fest.
Dude, the CGI in that movie still holds up.
It's pretty solid.
I don't understand.
It's before,
that's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie, and I'm not trying to make it sound like that's my favorite movie of all time, but just as a fun example, like, it's not trying to be, it's not trying to be Seven Samurai.
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
It is what it is, and that's, kind of a fun thing about it, and I feel like that's a distinction that comes with, I don't know, for me it came with age. Like, as I got older, that became a more apparent thing to me.
Yeah, for me, like, there was a turn maybe, I don't know, even 10 years ago, not just in a little bit under 10, but let's just call it a decade for fun. Where like my life took a turn in a variety of ways, and what it forced me to do was to realize that thinking that my perspective was always the absolute right one, that's a crock of shit.
For sure. Yeah. There lies madness also, because you're constantly disagreeing with everyone around you.
That's right. So having to realize that I was just always believing my own bullshit in life, right? But then you think about that with art and your perspective on art, your perspective on sports, your perspective on wrestling is to say, look, what I watched I really responded to. But I know that what you liked was probably the better one. But that's cool, baby. You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah, we all good.
That's
It's
right.
all gravy.
Why is it so difficult for people to realize that?
I think some of it comes down to, and I don't mean this disparagingly, like I think a lot of it comes down to just like ego in general. And not ego in the sense that everyone's ego is inflated, but like we're all seeing the world through the eyes of a main character. And sometimes that's a hard realization of, you know, for me, I fucking loved the Brawling Birds versus the Sisters of Sin. I really enjoyed watching it. I've liked the Brawling Birds. Like, you know, I've got a kind of connection to it too. My wife being British.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I didn't even think about that. That makes total sense.
Right, so like I feel a connection with that, and that's also kind of why I like it when I see Isla Dawn as well, which
Dude,
we saw an
Isla
appearance
Dawn
from her
has
this
long
week.
been one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I know you really like her. Yeah, so that's a fun one, but kind of realizing that those experiences, while for me feel objective, for 99.99999% of the world, that is a subjective metric.
Yeah, absolutely. People can't make the distinction between my subjective experience of the world is perceived by me as objective, even though it remains always firmly subjective, right? And being able to articulate that what I love about wrestling may be totally different what you love about wrestling, and there's no way to qualify what it is that makes one better or worse, other than, I don't know, it just makes me excited. I like it.
I just fucking liked it. Like, I mean, that I feel like that can be an ending argument.
Yeah,
like in wrestling,
it.
is just I just fucking liked it. Like, I don't need a follow up.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like I need to qualify that
Wait, let's
statement.
try it. Hey, why was that your match of the week?
I just fucking liked it, man.
Amazing. Period. In the story. I can't wait to deliver the same answer when you ask me. I mean, I'll expound. We can expound, of course, but I'm gonna lead with that.
I was about to say, and I'll work on the tone too, because I don't need it to sound confrontational.
Wait, make it
Like,
sound more confrontational. Hey,
I just fucking liked it.
yeah, that felt Godfather-y, dude. Your performance was Godfather-esque.
It has been on my mind lately. I was thinking about The Godfather the other day.
I have never seen it all the way through in one sitting.
It's pretty good.
I feel like I just committed
First two were very, very good. Yeah.
Did you see the re-edited third one?
No, I haven't.
It's on Paramount
I've seen
Plus.
it once. Interesting.
So Coppola re-edited it himself.
Interesting.
Anyway.
I might need to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me, did Dynamite feel off to you this week?
Yes, it did. It felt like a sick child. Like, I loved it, right? Still spent some time with it, quality time, but it limped along. There was good stuff in there, but there were some limps. I mean, coming after a big pay-per-view, but the Tony Storm thing, which I did a little digging on. I got some insight on, man. I don't know what you dug
interesting.
around, but that was weird. It was a weird main event too. Like, dog, anytime you got Jungle Jack up in the main event, I can't hang.
Something has gone wrong. Something has gone wrong along the way if you have a trios team that is the Young Bucks and Jungle Jack Perry, plus it kind of seems like whoever else was fucking hanging around the studio that day.
Yeah, it totally did. But like on the Jungle Jack of it, dude, like I really thought the Rainforests were on their way out. Can they not burn fast enough? Like that dude's got to go, man.
Yeah, like I feel bad about it because he's not Ronda Rousey. Like, he's not like, you know, he doesn't seem to be particularly bad. Like, his moves are generally fine. His promos are usually okay, like, but he's aggressively lower mid card. Like, he's a hard 4, you know.
I don't know why that's like making me laugh so much. Like, the best you can hope for is a 4.5.
Right. He's yes, like he's, but like, and he's not bad when he's chilling in that arena.
Yeah.
But like when we're trying to make him like a main eventer, it doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for me either. He's, like you said, aggressively mid card. That would be the way. That would be the way to go. He doesn't strike me as a threat. First off, the whole like knife and thing that just felt like bad cosplay.
Yeah.
And so I don't know who he is. He had this scapegoat persona for a while, right? I thought that one was cool. Remember when he was banging around like New Japan, and he was driving that like truck across the country, like after the CM Punk stuff. I liked that. But I don't like this.
That's
like,
not bad.
Hybrid, like. But there's something about him that feels. It feels like somebody who's really trying a little bit too hard. Now the thing is, it would probably feel like that if I was in a wrestling ring. So I am in no way saying I could do the job better. But I also want to say there are people who can and do the job better, and I want to watch them.
I agree with that. He's kind of like if he were a size, he'd be extra medium.
Do you?
You know what I mean? Though, like that's the like like that's the feeling.
He's got little brother energy.
Yeah. That's a good way to put
Extra
it. Extra
medium. What size shirt does your little brother wear? Extra medium.
Extra medium.
But yeah, like again, that I hate that. Maybe we move on because it feels like we buried him long enough. But
True.
You're right.
I'm not trying to dogpile, and I do not think that he's bad. No. I just, again, it's the same thing we were just talking about. Like I personally find him not very engaging.
But obviously, lots of people do.
I agree. He seems to be quite over. People really like the chant.
That's right. Yeah. Do you remember that from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3?
Kind of. It has been forever.
Because like I had the cassette tape for that, and I wore that shit out, dude. So all right. So that was in the main event. That felt a little off. All right, the Tony Storm.
Yeah, Tony. What did you before we get into wildly speculating? Because I would like to wildly speculate. What did you think of the match in general with Marina Shafir?
No good, dude. I think let me get my notes. My notes were Marina versus Tony or Mina was ... That's exactly what I wrote down. It wasn't bad, but I mean, knowing that it was thrown together at the last minute. Okay.
Right.
So knowing that, it'd be hard to communicate a match like that on the fly, especially as it's supposed to be no holds barred, no DQ, all that thing. I mean, it was weird when Marina was on the mat having just been beaten, but she was laughing. Did you catch that? There was a lot of kind of weirdness, I thought. And so things like that. Trying to look at it as a show where they were trying their best to put something together when obvious travel issues or whatever issues weren't firing. I admire that. What are they going to do? Not have a show at the same time? Right. Like, Marina's supposed to be this hard ass, like, you're visibly corpsing. I mean, maybe Mina farted when she got up, and Marina just lost it. Like, that'd be me.
Just couldn't. Yeah, that was yes.
Did I tell you about the time I farted? I laughed in a monastery when a monk farted in my face.
Yes, you did.
So look, I have experienced corpsing. I would do it too.
I get that. And let's see. What did I have in mind? Oh, I had that. It felt like Tony Storm should have won if they were going against one another. But in the match of Marina versus Mina, Marina should have won.
Yep, totally agree. We are
the stars have aligned.
The stars have aligned. Yeah, I totally agree. And I don't. Okay, you want to speculate?
Yeah, let's speculate. What have you unearthed
What I've heard
about the timeless one?
I don't pay to listen to Dave Meltzer, but I have seen people talking about what Dave Meltzer and our friends at Wrestling Observer said was that she was scheduled to be in the match until the very last minute and was pulled for an emergent non-injury related matter. Which says to me that there might be a baby juice on the way. Pregnancy is the word that's come up a lot, you know.
I have seen that as well.
And you know, who knows? If that's the case, awesome. If not, remains to be seen, but that's what I heard.
That was what I heard as well.
It makes sense. That's something that you might find out, like, you know, and you take a test and you're like, holy crap, I can't go on, you know. It makes sense
Right.
why you might find that out. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe I shouldn't get fucking thrown around.
Right, yeah. I don't think it's generally smiled upon to be thrown around while pregnant. Yeah. Have the rules changed?
I mean, you know, your guess is as good as mine as a dude, but I generally err on the side of I should not suplex pregnant women.
I do too. Like, I think that's the right approach in life. I'm just generally not going to suplex anybody, but if I know that a woman's pregnant, I am definitely not suplexing her through the table. So again, we're in alignment there. So I'm guessing that's what's gonna be revealed.
Dude, their child is gonna be fucking crazy.
Like, okay, you've got Juice Robinson. Okay, you did it better than me. With somebody who has multiple personality disorder, right? Like, so they're in for it.
So who do you think on the show? What do you think happened? Who do you think gave her the head bonking?
I think it's going to be me.
I do too.
Yay!
We're aligned.
Dude, we are aligned on this episode, man. Yeah, everyone's saying Ronda Rousey, which is natural. But the thing with Ronda Rousey is the reporting is that she only has shown up to piss off WWE and TKO. Did you hear this?
That's kind of, that's what I've been seeing
So,
too.
like, she's not going to be in an angle long, and
she's not signed.
Right.
Like, so
if she
why
was supposed
go
to be in that match, then they weren't going to do the injury angle that night. So, dog, I think they're going to play Mina.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, spurned lover,
absolutely.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I think that's because people were saying Marina too, but like
Marina needs not to do that. She does not need to do that. Let me speak English correctly.
Well, she can leave it in the ring, though.
And she has no problem losing in the ring. She's shown, right? So, like, she's not somebody who needs to be cowardly. She'll take the loss if she gets beat. You know? So I think it's spurned lover.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Yes. Binary star prediction.
Dude, what happens when gold gets a patina? Is there a name for that? It's not rust. Like, over time.
I think it's called the patina.
Just
right?
the patina. Yeah. So
it's like the cover that appears over metals, so you can use to determine their age.
So instead of the golden levers, we'll have the patina levers.
That has a kind of like old Hollywood ring to
the
it.
The patina lovers. That really does. Okay. For a second, I thought it was an overreach and it was bad, but then when you reacted positively, I felt better.
Hey, sometimes all people need is positive affirmation.
That's all they need. So anyway, I think old Mina spurned. I think she did it, dude.
I think so too. So we've talked about the things that went wrong with Dynamite. Let's not be entirely negative. Like because I thought it did a decent amount right too. It was just a fairly mixed bag.
My jaw was agape at the motherfucking car crash.
That was insane.
Like, that was awesome, dude. And that was like real.
Yeah, with fucking Darby Allin like busting out the window.
Kid dropping. I mean, you couldn't have planned that moment more perfectly. Dropping out of the trunk, like, dude, how about Gabe? Like, okay, Gabe Kidd, they had that promo. I'll meet you in the parking lot, bruv. And then like it cuts to him walking, like almost like hidden camera-esque, like an 80s TV show. Like, walk, where you at, Darby? Where you at? And then he gets fucking run over.
Yeah, see, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I think it was it Dave Meltzer that was not super hot on that?
I can imagine.
I feel like
I didn't hear what he said, but I can imagine he hated it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I saw a clip of him being like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, because like, you know, half this coffin match takes place in the parking lot, but they gave us a car flipping. It wasn't just like a bullshit brawl in the parking lot with like some lights on a, you know, it was like, okay, they gave us a stunt and then they brought it in. So I could buy that. I was there for that, man.
I thought the coffin match was good overall.
That was my fit. The coffin match and the car crash was my favorite match of the week.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Wait, ask me.
What did you like about it?
I just fucking liked it. Wait, now let me do it. I just fucking loved it. Anyway, so this is my match of the week, dude.
I thought that was cool. I really liked the end.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he just fucking like when Darby Allin like topes out,
yeah,
like directly at him, and I've been kind of down on that move.
Really?
And well, I think I've mentioned it in the last couple of streams where I'm like, it doesn't feel realistic to me. It's hard to sell.
Oh yeah, because they'll just often they'll wait there. Yeah,
where they're just fucking standing there, and it's like, what are we doing?
It's just the perfect use of it.
Yeah, I felt like it was really, really good. Just like literally torpedo.
Yeah.
Like straight into the coffin.
But like tying him up in the straitjacket was dope. Like playing
that was cool.
Playing with the whole mental case of it all, which I'm 50-50 on, because I don't think we don't need to demonize mental health. And as somebody who has mental health and talks about his own mental health issues, I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they're playing a character, and they dance around the line well enough for me. So they're like playing with the straitjacket, like finally getting. How are you gonna beat the mental case? Well, put him in a straitjacket and then beat the shit out of him. Like the visual, I thought worked really well. I loved the whole thing. I thought it was appropriate for Darby to finally get the win like this. Like he's still knocking down each Death Rider. Like he's gonna get up to the top.
I think so. And I had on my list too the Darby Allin of it all. We vibing today, brother man.
All right, so you talk about the Darby Allin of it all.
Well, now it seems that he has thrown his his mohawk into the ring.
Yeah.
of world contendership.
Yeah.
Right?
That was kind of a surprise for it to come then. I don't know why it took me by surprise when he delivered it.
It took me by surprise too, and it aligns with another of my points, which is the MJF aligning himself with the Don Callis family in order to kind of put a stop to the rising Darby threat.
Yeah, I'm really appreciating that angle.
I really like that angle. I want MJF to like align himself with someone. Yeah. Like it makes sense to me that the sleazeball Hebrew Hammer would align himself with the sleazeball cue ball Don Callis.
Yeah, their energy really does match.
Right, but I don't think that MJF is suited to be a Don Callis family member.
Not like that.
No, but I can see like strategic alliance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, business to business, right? Like crime family to crime family kind of deal. Like Don to Don. Don Callis.
Nah,
that was bad. I appreciate it. But anyway, I'm with you there. I'm enjoying the bounties that are being put on. I'm enjoying the backwards dealing. I'm also appreciating the virtue that's coming up with Andrade, like how he's uninterested in being people's paid
Like
henchman.
Hitman, yeah.
I like that. So they're really working some cool behind the scenes stuff with that.
I had on my list that like the while the matches may have been a little lackluster this week, where Dynamite really shined was advancing of storylines.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to, right? I guess if people were out, if people, there were reports more of some visa issues, leaning into.
But Pac was there.
That's right. Okay, so maybe they didn't have visa issues. I heard Bandito might be having visa issues.
I heard about that too.
Do you think they're okay? How often do you think they're real visa issues, or it's people being like got visa issues because they don't want to take a loss?
I legit feel like that Pac might be like visa issues.
Maybe he just wants to stay home with the missus and be on his farm.
Yeah, chill up somewhere in the north of England, hanging out.
Dude, he would beat the absolute crap out of us right now if he heard us saying this.
Flying through the air, beating us up.
He'd be dead. Okay, back to the Dynamite. You're right. They gave us story development. They gave us character development. The Kenny Omega swerve thing, though. Okay.
I had that too. Yeah.
Did you catch when Swerve was like, I didn't know I was the number one contender? That was news to me.
I also didn't know he was the number one contender.
Here's what I'm wondering. Did anybody other than Tony Khan, right before he told Kenny Omega to say that in his promo, I'm gathering that like that was not a thing. Like did they pitch that early? You know, because they needed something. I don't know. That felt really weird.
I thought that was weird too. Like I like the idea of a Kenny Omega Swerve rivalry and like ongoing matches and stuff. They do very well together. I'm here for it. But I was like, okay, we're breaking the fourth wall a little here. So you're having a match for like EVP versus number one contendership?
Right.
Like, seem like behind the scenesy stuff.
Right. And this time,
I'm wondering if they just kind of rolled. Did they just roll with it? Like, did he say that intentionally, and they were just like, all right, well, we got to make it fucking work.
Swerve.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering if they're going to try to get the angle of Swerve becomes an EVP with power and in character is going to use that power poorly, right? With violence. Maybe this is him. Remember a couple weeks ago when you noticed that Prince Nana had the embassy towel?
Yeah.
Maybe like this is going to tie back in. Like he's going to become EVP and bring the embassy back and have the embassy have power.
That would be kind of interesting. I mean, you have kind of echoes of that with some of the old WWE stuff where you had the isn't it like the takeover, and there's various stuff with like all of the like corporate McMahon nemesis. Like, I mean, I can see it, and it's not it's not something that would be completely crazy, I don't think.
Would you like the idea of Swerve as villain with power in this sense?
Like corporate villain?
Yeah.
I actually kind of think yes. I don't know. What do you think?
I do. Because I think it would be cool to see Swerve's character in the story. And actually, like, I mean, of course, he's not going to suddenly become an EVP with power behind the scenes, although that would be cool. Maybe he is, although, no, I think it's just all kayfabe stuff. Mm-hmm. But to have your first black world champion to also be like your first like EVP of color, because all the other EVPs have been the elite, right?
Yeah.
So you're playing with the racial dynamics in a positive sense. I would imagine that's a way that you could tell Swerve's story, because he embodies that, like, and he talks about it in his own story work, like the black man, the struggle of the black man in America. So now you've got like him finally making his way up to the top, right? And is he going to have an empire in the way that, you know, a lot of some of the sort of people who finally have gotten in power do? Will Swerve with power use it well, or will he use it poorly?
Either way, he will use it with great violence and dangerosity.
Dangerosity, yes, since he is officially the most dangerous man in all Elite Wrestling.
Yes, without question.
Without question.
I mean, he literally won it.
So, okay, let's say he wins the match. So he's the most dangerous man officially. He will be the number one contender, and he would be an EVP with power. That would put Swerve right there at the top. Is he the one to take it from MJF? Is he the one to face Ospreay? Because
I don't know, because
Swerve beat him clean back at way back when.
Yeah, no, and I do think that as much as it pains me, 'cause like this would be like the third loss in a row for my boy Kenny. Mm-hmm. Like I do think Swerve will win.
Me too.
Like I think that he will win and he will get the EVP show.
I do too.
But like, damn, it hurts.
It does hurt. It hurts because I want to know where Kenny's going.
I know. I want to see something out of Kenny. Although aligning himself with Brody is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That makes for a really interesting pairing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we think Swerve's going to win. Do you want him to win this coming Wednesday?
I think yes. Because I want to see what becomes of EVP Swerve. Yeah. I just wish it wasn't against my boy Kenny.
I'm with you there, dude. I do want him to win. I want that story to advance. I'd love for them to tell it the way we're speculating. I hate to see my boy Kenny go down. Yeah. But maybe this will unlock something in him, man.
Maybe.
Bring it out.
I mean, it seems like there's got to be a long-term plan.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely a long-term plan for like what's happening with Kenny. So, I'll have to trust the process a little bit, I guess.
Trust the process. Do that. I love that phrase. I hadn't heard that in a bit. Trust the process.
No, I hadn't either.
All right, so moving on to some other stuff in Dynamite. We haven't touched on Will Ospreay.
Oh yeah, that was I think
his return.
That was one of I think the best matches of the week.
Definitely was. Did you think that Blake Christian should have lasted that long?
That was one of the things I kind of went back and forth on, honestly. Like, if the story we're trying to tell is like Will Ospreay is back and he's hungry and like at the top of his game and ready to fucking fight, like you would kind of expect it to be more of a squash match. Mm-hmm. But like instead, you really got this kind of like knockdown drag out brawl. But I do think that they're kind of putting Blake Christian over some. Mm-hmm. He's showing up more on AEW. Like the swirl is fantastic in Ring of Honor too. Yeah. And so it makes sense to me that as like a means of demonstrating his prowess, that like, yeah, he can hold his own against the fucking GOAT.
I was surprised they went that long, but I agree with everything you're saying, that they've been putting Blake Christian over so much and the crowd's been behind him that you don't want him to lose so fast. You want him to show off. You also want to showcase Will Ospreay. People aren't just interested in seeing a story advance with him. They want to see him perform too. So I thought it struck the right balance of show off, competitive enough, show off a younger talent, but the end result was what it was inevitably going to be.
I thought so too. I was happy with it overall. And another match that I actually was happy with too was Speedball.
I think that was the best match of the week.
Oh, nice. I had it as like one of my top as well, like in terms of match quality. I had that one, especially because I think that they set it up really well with his previous match with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
Like where it showed that like he's capable of overcoming Braun by being like fast, kind of like that he can play strategically, and that allows him to overcome the size difference.
Yeah,
And so
that's a good point.
I think that because that was set up well, it felt like it almost made more sense that he was able to win. He was able to win in this one as well, despite being vastly outclassed in size.
Dude, that's a really astute observation. You are indeed the suplex scholar.
That's right.
Yeah. Will you add that to your tome, good sir? That was just I was just sitting there listening man, people are really lucky to get to listen to you, dude. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're lucky to get to listen to both of us. We are binary stars. We energize each other. We're in the orbit.
God, that was a good point. Back to Speedball. Okay, where are they going with them? Are they taking him up for title contention again?
That I am unsure of. I'm not really sure what I think the end game with him is, because they're showing him and Kevin Knight more separate lately. I feel like there's not this, they don't really seem as big of a part of all of the tag stuff that's going on, especially with with the emergence of Cage and Cope.
Right. Yeah, they've just gone trios. They're not doing the jet speed. They don't feel like they have that synchronicity that they once did. I mean, they're doing it with the masks with this new trios business.
That is cool with Mystico. Yeah,
I miss the jet speed of it all.
I know. I do think they had a really good synergy, and that they work well together. But I feel like they're both being kind of pushed as solo acts as well.
I mean, we had a promo from Speedball.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, actually. Little guy's got some fire.
Yeah, it was like you won't underestimate me. I've been on the grind, and I'll fuck you up. That's what it felt like. It felt like he wanted to say that, don't fuck with me.
He's got some scrappy energy that I can appreciate.
Okay, what kind of promo would you deliver? What style do you think? If you were just if you were him, you're gearing up for your match against someone bigger than you, how you doing it? What you going for?
I feel like you kind of have to lean into the scrappy, almost manic energy. Because if you don't have, because ideally I would deliver promos in the style of Tekla.
Okay, she's your promo god.
I think she would be my promo coach.
Dude.
Yeah, well, she's got that gravitas kind of, and that and I don't know, I fucking love MJF's promos too, though. I had his promo where he was all bloodied as I thought one of the better segments of the whole week.
Yes, that was really good.
So I like those extremely dramatic ones, but in the case of Speedball, I think that it makes the most sense to kind of go at it with why I oughta, I got this,
I'm gonna get you.
this scrappy energy of I'll show you.
No one's coming to save me except myself.
Right.
And I'll do it. Don't make me.
That's I don't need rescuing, I rescue me.
But then he did.
He did.
Yeah.
And he backed it up.
He backed it up. Yeah, I mean, okay, if I would, I'm big enough where I wouldn't find myself in a David and Goliath where I'm not Goliath. Mm-hmm. But I suppose if I was all right, gonna fight fight someone bigger than me, I think I'd go with that steely ninja silence, strike fear in you by staring you down, boring holes into your soul with my eyes. Taking you out to dinner afterwards. I suddenly realized I went to a dulcet tone, let me stare deeply. Actually, I'll take you out to dinner.
I'll order for you.
Yeah. I'm going to make you feel really good about yourself. I'm going to compliment you. That was right.
I'll smell nice.
I'll smell real good. It reminds me of that movie Funny People with Seth Rogen.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was on stage. He's the way I compliment ladies is when we'll go out shopping, I'll hold your purse. I'll hold your purse so hard.
I'll hold it so good.
Yeah.
I'll follow you so good.
I'm going to smell so nice for a wrestling match. We went way off. I got us off way off.
Hey, this was a fun tangent, though.
It was. It was back
this
to
was a fun tangent.
Back to Tekla, back to promoing, back. God.
I mean, if we're talking promos, might be a good time to shift gears to Collision.
Yeah, let's do it, because there was indeed an incredible promo. That was my favorite promo. I put Tekla all day.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite promo of the night for Collision?
Yeah, I think so. Like I had Tekla as one
baby.
that I really liked. That was funny. I love her theory of like she clearly did it to herself.
Yeah, I love that too. And it's like, it makes a kind of sense. Like, her logic was sound. Since you love, give me your best Tekla.
Lexi, baby.
Better than mine.
That's about as good as I got.
No one could do better.
Nah, other than Tekla herself.
No. Nobody.
But no, I liked her. I was pretty impressed by Brody King as well. Like we talked about it in the last episode, but I do think that his skills on the mic are getting better.
WWE's got NXT, they've got developmental, which means they've got coaches that even the main roster people could go back to. And they're definitely, when they're like rehabbing, they're back down at the Performance Center. I know there are coaches that travel with AEW, but I have also heard that people don't utilize them as well as they should. Do you think this is a scenario where Brody King recognized, hey, I'm getting put up at the main event scene, I need to hone my skills? Or do you think there was like, hey, you need to hone your skills? I mean, this is speculation.
I think it can be, yeah. And I think it can be a big column A, little column B, where they were like, I mean, I don't know if it's like talent development or Brody who's like, hey, I'd like to be around more. I'd like to be more of a force. And they're kind of like, okay, well, your wrestling is good, but you could use some work on the mic. And so it kind of becomes like I will work with you in order to achieve this greater goal. I would bet that it comes down to kind of like 6 to 1, half a dozen of another.
I think so. But he seems like somebody who wants it, right? Like he wants to be at the top. He's obviously wants to tell stories that matter and make a difference in this stuff. So it would make sense that he would seek out ways to get better, and whatever he's done is working, because even within the last, I'd say 3 or 4 months, we've seen a real increase in the believability of his promos, like the way he uses his language, the way he uses his voice. I think he struggled with inflection, but he's able to have degrees in his voice now, which I think that's the key, man, with so many of these promos, is people figuring out how to undulate and modulate. If you can figure that out, you could make a pretty good promo.
Yeah, because you almost like have to go at it like a fucking evangelist.
Yes.
Like you need that cadence of like Southern Minister televangelist.
Yeah, man. I have even started structuring some of my sermons like wrestling promos. I've made sure that I've added wild ranges in how I speak and using my tone. Like, I didn't used to be so big and small, but like I'm forcing people to lean in and out like some of this stuff, and people are responding well to it. It's almost like the wrestling psychologists have figured something out that people really ought to pay attention to. So yeah, it's been kind of cool to play with that. Anyway, the Tekla, I mean, that's where we were with it. Her promos, she's huge, small, makes us lean in. Like you said, an evangelical preacher.
Yeah, she's got that vibe. And I feel like all of that kind of comes down to like Carnival Barker.
Yeah,
is like the kind of genesis of all of those things, right?
From the wrestling perspective, the history of it, that is. They've got to be loud to then get people to come in, but then when they're there, you've got to speak softly enough to keep them there, right? Because I've noticed when you tell people like this, when you talk really soft, I don't know if the mic's going to pick it up, but they will feel like you're saying something even more important. Because when it
makes
feels
sense.
like
you
got
to work for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I get it. There's psychology to all of this.
Yeah. So the other thing someone said online, this wasn't my idea, so I don't want to steal an idea that isn't mine, but it was too good not to share. Someone said when Tekla did the Lexi baby, that's when you knew she was channeling an Amsterdam Molly dealer. I was like, yeah, I see that. Like,
Totally.
the thin, like those thin sunglasses that don't do anything other than add intrigue. Like,
Amsterdam Molly.
so anyway,
That's
there's
so
our
fucking
Molly
funny.
dealer. Yeah. What else was
that's
noticeable
funny.
on Collision for you?
The only other thing I had was Roderick Strong
Yeah.
officially joining the conglomeration. And I don't have many notes on it other than that I love that for him.
Yeah.
Like,
He's got his fam.
like, I'm happy that he has a fam. He has this kind of like wanderer like vibe to him, kind of.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that he's finally getting some kind of like backstory and a more concrete relationship with our boy Orange.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, I think it was. I was going through my head. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you were like, "Hey, I like Roderick, but what is Roderick?
Yes.
Who is Roderick?" Do you feel like you're finally getting an answer to your question?
Yes, and that's why I like it. Where it's okay, he's now getting more of a definitive story and character progression.
If the conglomeration is Full House, which that's what it feels like to me, like their whole like opening credits feels very much like a take on like 90s sitcoms Full House. Party of Five is maybe the more accurate one, but I like the family of it. Okay, what character is what archetype does Roddy embody? What does Roddy embody? Unplanned.
Roddy and Body, Roddy. I feel like he's like an uncle
Yeah,
of some
dude, he's
kind.
Uncle Jesse.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
That's his role.
Yeah, he's got to be an uncle of some kind.
Had a backstory that like brought him back into the fold, but he sort of doesn't want to be there because he still wants to be out on his own, but he's got to be there for his family. That's Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Did you have anything?
Yeah, dude.
Any other points?
With the Death Riders, because you've got Osprey and Moxley. Okay, you had that from the other night on Dynamite, but then you had Moxley's answer back with the promo, which I did love that promo, that backstage bit. But then you had the Death Riders winning in a match against favorites, against faces, against lucha faces. Are they shifting them away from being tweeners, more on the heel side? That's what it feels like to me, but I don't like it. I don't like.
I like them as tween. I like them in between.
Yes, I do. I like them. I like them to be those chaotic neutral people. I like Moxley as the badass curmudgeon babyface. Dude, he's Raphael, right? Like that's Raphael of the Turtles, man. He's the one whose temper gets the best of him. He fights. He's got the chipped tooth, but he's good. That's, I think, what I like about the Death Riders Moxley of it all right now. But I mean, they were forced to do it because of how Osprey left. You've got to close that loop. But do you have to have them squash some of these beloved luchas? And again, I get it. Claudio, CMLL, understandably. But man, I think you're missing something by not allowing them to stay gray for a while.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, especially with the rise of Tekla and the Sisters of Sin, and we kind of have these like forces. MJF is the world champion. Like we already have a lot of like forces of darkness and heeldom.
Yeah, we don't need
that. Like I think it's worth having some that are kind of like straddling that line.
Yeah. What did I compare? I compared Mox before to Red Hood from the Bat Family.
Yeah.
Which he's dressed up as before.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think for some Forbidden Door, he came out in Red Hood gear. Dude, you got to check that out.
I got to. I'm putting it on my
With
list
your
right
love
now.
of Red Hood. So I don't know. I'm not excited for them to go full heel. I don't think necessarily that's for. Well, I don't think for sure that's where they're going. I don't want it to go that way either.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think one match does not necessarily a trend make.
That's right.
But it is something to keep an eye on. I agree.
All right. Speaking of keeping eyes on things, I would love to introduce a new segment to those who orbit the binary stars. You and I have cooked up something special for our friends.
Tell the orbiters all about it.
For our friends who were watching our Revolution recap, where we were in person, in the flesh, news desk style, we were talking about our friend Ishii, Tomohiro Ishii. And I said, where is he? And then you said, say it.
Where is he?
Where is she? And I thought to myself, for real though, where is she? And I posed to you that we introduced to the Orbiters a Where's Waldo style feature every week where we try to find out where is she. So, friends, by now, hopefully on screen, you will see the picture. And it is a picture that, like Where's Waldo, your job is to find out where our friend Tomohiro Ishii is in this.
Where is she?
You gotta stop saying that. I'm gonna keep laughing. It's the cadence, it's the voice, man. Like that shit just floors me. So, friends, see if you can find out where our boy is on this. And the fastest person to find out where Ishii is in this collage, this conglomeration, and sends it to us, will get 10% off their next merch order.
Beautiful.
Right. Where is she?
I love it. Where is she?
Where is she? All right. So, Ring of Honor. I got some stuff to talk about. Ring of Honor. They featured.
All right, lead the charge. What was some of your favorite stuff from Ring of Honor?
I have. She's done it before, but it hit me so hard this time. Trish Adana's German suplex from her knees. Oh my God. Trish from the Infantry from Shane Taylor Promotions in a tag team match with Christiana XO, right? Christian XO.
Yes.
Yeah. Out of nowhere performs this German suplex on the saddest looking loser of all time. Only because like the way Trish threw this woman's body around was brutal. So I loved that. I would love to see that move featured more. I'd love to see some other people adopt it because the speed with which she dropped to her knees and then just nails this German suplex. I love Trish. Plus, she finished the match with the Lariat Tubman.
I love that. I had that in mind. It's one of my favorite Ring of Honor moments.
The Lariat
Finishing it with the Lariat Tubman is sick.
Dude, only someone like her can have that as a finisher name, and it's perfect.
Dude, the first time I heard it, I woke up my wife to tell her about it.
Did I just hear this correctly? The Lariat Tubman?
Get up.
The world has changed.
I have something so important to tell you.
Lariat Tubman. What did she do? What did your wife do?
I feel she's usually pretty good at being like, that's really nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm like, I feel seen here.
If I woke up mine, I don't think she'd be so kind. Good on you.
It would depend on what I woke her up for, I think.
All right, so we both got some Trish moments from Ring of Honor. How about Persephone? Her promo was killer, dude. Ring of Honor belongs to me.
She usually nails it. Yeah. I hope it is her that ends the forever reign of Athena.
I do too. God, we are in sync, man.
I had that in my notes. I was like, it's gotta be. It's like before. I feel like they were really pushing. Who was it? Billy
Yeah.
Starks. But like that hasn't. She's lost the last few.
And she's lost.
Like, it can't
she's
be.
been losing
The
against,
momentum.
Deonna Purrazzo, she lost tonight. So like,
Yeah.
if you can't take that title, like, how are you you really gonna go after your mentor? Like,
Right.
and they're talking about
It's like the
Maya World, but I don't. That would take
I don't
too
super
long.
see it. Yeah.
It's Persephone all day.
No. I think it's Persephone. I think it's gotta be.
Yeah, when she said that, she was like, I think I'll come down here and take this one too. It's like, yeah, please do. You know, the gods, what did she say? The gods have given me Ring of Honor or something like that?
It was something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
So
Yeah, no, her
that
promo
was the
stuff is
best
killer.
promo, but maybe best moment overall. I mean, it for me, right next to that German suplex was Persephone just staking her claim.
I really liked fucking Nick Wayne too.
With his mama out there.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that much of him lately.
I think, was this his first match or his second match back after being injured?
It's gotta be. I feel like it's unless he was on an episode that I missed.
I think it was his second Mac. Do you think it's his first?
second Mac. I think it's his first.
Okay.
I haven't seen him in a while, unless there was a big gap. But like, I mean, I could certainly be wrong, but I have not seen him. I don't think
You're
in a
the suplex
while.
scholar, dude. If anyone's wrong, it's me.
I am the suplex scholar, which only makes it more embarrassing if it is I
listen,
who is proven
We
incorrect.
just won't tell them. And if they try to tell us, unless they pay for a Supid Orbit to be on screen, no one's ever going to know that either of us were wrong.
Yeah, they won't have to know all of the mistakes we
That's
make
right.
and fix in post.
Give us your money and we will gladly let the world know that you caught our mistake. But until then, no one will know.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Or like Nick Wayne, I'm going to have my mama come and handle business.
The binary stars. The binary stars. Lift off and the clock has started. The binary stars.